Hello guys, my name is Michaela and today we're playing Seers. It's a decision story driven picture type of game and it's been a long day and I wanted to play a game today and I think this game is right for today's pace. Let's sit back, relax and enjoy the story. My choices will determine my outcome, so I hope it's gonna be good. And let's just dive right in. Seers is an interactive graphic novel. During your adventure, you will be asked to make choices that will define how your story progresses. When one of your decisions influences the relationship between the protagonist and the other characters, one of two symbols light up on top of the screen. Okay. You can romance humans. Ooh, the eye. The hand. The man. The deer. Okay. In Seers, your progress is saved automatically. You wouldn't be able to change the decisions you've made. Oh, no. I don't like that. However, the sum of your choices always leads to different scenarios. It's impossible to lose in Seers. Choose wisely. Good to know. Let's see. Put down the music louder for myself. I was the wind. Time no longer existed. Disembodied solitude was my punishment. This was what the Seers had decided. I saw the heathland coat itself in purple flowers, the grass yellow at Litha. The leaves of 100-year oaks enduring and falling to cover the mossy undergrowth with orange-brown mold. I love the art, guys. The first snows of Yule, now living soul. I forgot who I was. Ooh, a ship is coming. Then they arrived. Look at the spirits. Chapter 1. Cliffs. Are these all my love romance options? Sorry. It's been a long day. We're nearing a beach. Duncan, we're nearing a beach. There, do you see it? Arlen, there's an undercurrent. I'm trying to change the voices. There's an undercurrent. If we put in head on, we won't have time to maneuver to avoid the reefs. I see it. But if we keep the sail full with the sea breeze, we should be fine, right? We're losing speed. If we don't do something, we'll drift towards the cliffs when we reach the shore. Listen, I don't want to be a killjoy, but have you seen those big black clouds? Connor looks toward the island with obvious concern. The rain begins to fall. This storm doesn't feel natural. They turn to look to Arlen. You're the sailor. What do we do? Well, I'm not sure. Whatever we do risk foundering on a reef or getting swept out to sea. If there's a collision, I'm not sure the boat can take it. It would be disastrous. The rain pours down and thunder rumbles. I don't like this. Okay, let's reduce the sails. Connor's sitting on the bottom of the boat, clinging to the rail. The sea becomes more and more troubled. Losing no time, Duncan pulls a rope to trim the sail. The fragile skiff slows bit by bit. Everyone holds their breath. Oh no! A few yards from the beach, the boat abruptly lifts starboard and picks up speed, drawing dangerously away from the shore. We're not going to make it! Get the oars out! Everyone works to fight against the current, but the ocean refuses to be mastered and the boat continues to drift. It hits a sharp outcrop before a wave pushes it in other direction and carries them towards the beach. Oh, heck yeah. Without hesitation, Eric leaps into the water and pulls the boat up before it can get caught in the backwash. Connor sees something out of the corner of his eye. Brandon is overboard! Far away, I start struggling against the current. I don't want to kill Brandon. Duncan's ready to jump into the water, but Erlen can still take the lead. You know, let's hopefully the woman in power can show up her skills. Arlen goes to the rescue. and strips off everything that can slow her down and throws herself into the water. In the wind and rain, two souls can barely be seen in the turmoil. Jennifer says, Genevieve. It's Brandon. He must have fallen over when we hit the reefs. Several times the swimmers disappear behind the wave, and Duncan has the time to wonder if she has drowned before she reappears. Okay, finally Ireland reaches Brandon and turns to make her way towards the shore. As soon as she is close enough to the beach, Duncan and Aaron run to help her carry Brandon out of the water. The two men carry him higher up to the beach, out of reach of the waves, and lay him gently on the sand. Brandon is unconscious. No! Jennifer kneels by the carpenter's head, concerned. He's unconscious, but he's breathing. She rummages in her bag and pulls out a small brown glass vial. Lifting his head with one hand, she waves the vial under his nostrils with the other. Yes! Okay, Brandon's eyes snap open and he splutters and chokes. Jennifer helps him turn over. When he is on all four, he vomits up a quantity of salt water. She turns to the group. She's so cute. Genevieve, his life isn't in danger. However, his leg is wounded. I'll have to bandage it straight away. His breeches are torn and he has an ugly gash across his right shin. Oh God. Hey, Freya, we should make a fire to warm him up. Good idea. Besides, Arlen's soaked to the skin. Oh, I'm used to it. I'll go and collect some wood. I don't plan to stay in these wet clothes. Take it off. Sorry. Yes, that's the best way to catch a fever. I'll see if I can find a way inland. The driving rain has lightened to a fine drizzle, as if the Seers had willed the storm for their arrival. The beach is littered with wrecks, old and less old, and is surrounded by a high, pale stone cliff. Oh, these characters are so pretty. I love these drawings. It's so great. Freya gets up to catch Eric, while Erlen prepares to go seeking wood for fire. Who do I want to watch? I want to go watch Erlen, but I want to watch Freya. Dang it. You know what? Let's watch Erlen. Ooh. Erlen moves away. With all those wrecks, she's sure to find a few broken planks to make a fire. Behind her, she hears Genevieve. Connor? Who, me? Maybe you could give Erlen a hand, don't you think? Connor looks surprised. That's to say, yes, alright. Dragging his feet, Connor joins Erlen. Erlen teases Connor, Erlen smiles. Yeah, she'll tease. Say, do you think it could go any slower? Connor mumbles something under his breath. What's a city boy like you doing here? Oh, I just thought a bit of fresh air would do me good. And you? What are you doing here? Something tells me it's not to honor your clan, like our northern friends. Aaron laughs. No, it's not to honor my clan, as you say. The healer of my village died. I agreed to try the initiation on the condition that the village agreed to take care of my brothers and sisters. I see. Big family? I'm the eldest. 3 boys and 4 girls. That's a lot of mouths to feed. Alan picks up a piece of wood and hands it to Connor. She turns and looks him in the eye. Seriously, what are you doing here? I thought the city people didn't believe in the Seers and the ancient gods anymore. Connor turns his face away. Oh, as you can imagine, I'm not here for pleasure. The temple sent me. Really? Why? I don't think they quite know what to do with me. And of course, my vast intellect does put the other novices in the shade. Connor gives a wry grin, then jerks his head towards a big rock. Let's go that way. Did you see that storm? That was weird, wasn't it? Arlen stops and thinks for a moment. Yes, it was weird. It's true. It's not normal. The clouds rolling in like that. All at once. I suppose the Seers aren't going to make life easy for us. What do you think? I don't really know. I'm not even sure I believe in the Seers. Erlen is shocked. You know, at the temple they teach us that everything is ruled by the sun god, who is the only true god. Believing in the Seers is concerning as heresy. What's heresy? It's, you know, like a bad thought. They punish us for it. Erlen bursts out laughing. You're strange, you lot, the city folk. I think it's seaworthy, yes. It must be a recent expedition craft, being in such good shape, don't you think? Yes, 2 or 3 years old at most, I'd say. Do you know if there has been an initiation that completely failed recently? Completely failed? You mean no survivors at all, honestly? Arlen doesn't answer, but her expression speaks volumes. We should show this to the others. Yes, anyway, we've got enough wood for the fire. Definitely not wine. The two return in silence towards the group. Ah, wood, perfect. Erlen makes a pit in the sand and lights the planks they've gathered with a firestone she pulls from her bag. A few minutes later, a cheerful blaze warms the weary travelers. Brent has come round and he gets up, looking gloomy. Connor wants to speak, but he hesitates when he sees Freya and Eric heading towards them. We found a path. There's a stair that climbs the length of the cliff. A stair? How is that possible? I thought this island has always been uninhabited. And even if, I don't know who could have built such a thing. I wish I could do more accents. Hundreds of steps carved into the rock. All I know is there's a path and I don't plan to take root here. Wait, I don't think it's wise to just charge ahead like that. Do the legends speak of the stairs? I don't think so. I've never read any mention of it. But you're right. It wouldn't be a bad idea to put what we know together. What do we know about the trails ahead of us? Freya suddenly speaks. She seems to be reciting something she has learned by heart. We must reach the top of the mountain at the center of this island. Along the path we will have trials to overcome. The Seers will give the sacred flame to those who reach the summit. This music is so good. The sacred flames bestows the gift of second sight, of divination, and of healing to those who are worthy. After we join our respective clans as shamans, Fella lowers her eyes. Unfortunately, I know a little more. My mentor prepared me as well as she could, but she never told me what happened on this island during her own initiation. The others are quiet. I have to admit, I can't add much more. Leith, the shaman of my clan, is the only one who returned from his expedition. He never spoke of it either. Brennan gets up and limps a few steps. I don't want to die here. If someone had told me, if I'd... Brennan breaks out with a blank gaze. I would reassure him. Okay. Connor gets up and puts a hand on the carpenter's shoulders. Then now we're all in the same boat. Anyway, we're not going to leave you here all alone. With this wound, I'm going to slow you down a lot. I don't want to put the success of the whole group at risk. The injury isn't very deep and there's nothing broken. This time tomorrow you'll be walking normally. In the meantime, we'll find you a walking stick and you'll be able to keep up. Freya looks doubtful. You haven't seen the stair. It's really steep and with the rain, the steps are going to be slippery. It will take hours to get Brennan up that way. Brennan looks hopeless. Connor talks about, well, let's share this information, no lies. Connor clears his throat. We've found a boat, Earl and I, while we were getting the wood. A boat? You mean something that's not a wreck? Yes, a bit further behind a rock. The hull looks sound, but the sail is torn. Maybe we could use it to go around the island? Seeing as no one has heard about the stair, there has to be another way in, right? Are you sure this boat can go to sea? Sure. No, I couldn't say that. But I believe Brennan is a carpenter. Brennan, you'd be able to tell us if the boat is seaworthy, won't you? Yes, no problem. We've been carpenting for generations, father to son in my family. I'm probably butchering this accent so much, I'm so sorry. I mean, I'm only the third son, but I'm just as capable as my elder brothers. I know about boats, I'm used to this kind of work. Am I being stereotypical? Perfect, in this case, let's go see this boat. The group sets off. There they are. When they arrive at the other craft, Brennan sets to work checking its condition. He stoops under the hull and then pulls her up to check if it's sound. The other patiently wait while the carpenter checks everything. Well, there's a bit of damage to repair if we want to go into the open sea, but it shouldn't hold up if we stay close to the coast. Brennan hesitates. What is it? What are you not telling us? Well, I know it's impossible, but I think it's our boat. Connor takes a few steps back to look at the craft, and in fact, it resembles is striking. But our boat is over there. How can this be one of our boat? Brennan hobbles over to the prow and points to a rope. I don't know, but look. You see the painter there? It's split along the length just like ours. And there's, on the forecastle deck, there are 2 matching boards with a heart-shaped sapwood. You can check, but I'm sure it's exactly the same on our craft. Duncan looks at the boat, fascinated. Aaron is dismayed. Aaron looks serious. Brennan continues. That said, the good news is that our sail is perfect size, seeing as the boats are identical. It's not worth the risk. If the boats are really identical, it might be a trick to Seers are playing on us. I think it would be wiser to take the stairs. I don't think we should consider that in our decision. Who's to say the Seers haven't given us a copy of our boat to help us? If we believe the legends, this type of strange phenomenon is going to happen more and more often as we get closer to the summit. But the stairs still seem safer to me. It's a sure way to get inland. Nothing guarantees we'll find a better way by sea. Besides, we should get going straight away. The longer we wait, the less distance we cover before nightfall. I think we're all agreed that we don't want to linger on this island. Easy, Duncan. Maybe we could ask everyone before taking a decision, don't you think? Genevieve's right. Everyone should be able to say what they think. Brian and Eric exchange glances. Eric shakes his head. I think it would be better to look for another way in by sea. The stairs look really dangerous. There's got to be a safer route. Plus, Brandon can't come with us if we take the stair. With that one, he'll slow us down a lot. Ahem. If you allow me to give my opinion, that turned British, they turned to look at Brandon. It doesn't bother me to stay here. We'd give up the trial. Listen, I think it's clear to everyone that I'm not really made to be a shaman. I promised my family to do my best to honor my clan, but still, I don't intend to die on this island. Leave me here. With my share of the supplies, I'll get by just fine. What about you, Connor? What do you think? Connor's taken unawares. He's not used to people asking for his opinion. Yes, what? Sorry? Arlen and Freya want to take the boat. Eric and Duncan want to take the stair. Brandon's fine with us taking the stair and leaving him here with some supplies. As for me, I think it would be wiser to try to find another way. Jennifer, it's up to you to decide, Connor. Oh no! Connor hesitates. If he doesn't intervene, Eric will probably drive the group into taking the steer, even if it means abandoning Brandon. Connor? I don't leave him behind. Take the boat! I'm more inclined to take the boat. It would be a shame to abandon one of our own before we've even got inland. Arlen, would you be able to get the sail from the other boat? Yes, no problem. It loses no time and jogs to the wrecked boat. She's got to feel useful. To tell the truth, all these stories of Seers and the sacred flames disturb her. She hoists herself onto the deck, takes off her shoes while she judges at a glance the heights of the mast. Then she swarms up to the cross tree? Sure, English, yay. Look at her, doing such a good job. She recalls with affection the climbing races she had as a child with her brothers and sisters, and the evenings after supper when the fishing boats returned to port and night had not yet fallen. Straddled in the rigging, she unties the sail. Their craft isn't very complicated, which helps the job. Beneath her, Brandon is recovering the bag with the tools, slipped under the forecastle. Hey, Brandon! The young man looks up. Can you catch the sail? Yes, go on. Brandon grabs the corner so that the canvas isn't carried away by the breeze. Arlen unties the last knot that slides down to the deck. Shall we fold it? To fold the canvas and return the group with the sail and the tools. As soon as they arrive at the other boat, Brandon sets to work repairing the weakest points in the hull. Brandon's wound seems painful, but despite that he seems much more in his element, which makes Arlen feel better. She's not the only one to feel completely outmatched by the great warriors from the northern clans who seem born to come to this island. The difference is that, unlike Brandon, she doesn't have the luxury of giving up at the first obstacle. She stands back to inspect her work. Brandon joins her. Is the sail okay? Yes, you were right. Our sail is the perfect size. And you were able to repair the hull? I've done the bare minimum so that she doesn't sink like a brick. But it will need a few days' work if we want to get back to the mainland with this boat. Eric approaches. All good? Can I get it in the water? Arlen and Brandon agree. Let's go. They went back to sea. This time, the waters are calm. A soft breeze off the sea fills the sail. The Undines, the spirit protectors of the sea, have decided this time to let them pass. They have rounded a cove towards the north. I wait on the bay of Whales. A gentle, accommodating current carries the boat to me. They're more than prepared to go onto the heathland. Freya has barely jumped onto the beach when Duncan reaches the end of the creek. There's a path! The others run to join him, but Freya is fascinated by the gigantic bone strews across the center of the bay. Ooh. The spookiness of the sounds. Some are scattered on the ground, others point towards the sky like teeth. She finds it hard to believe that an animal of that size could exist. When she was small, the shaman of her clan has taken her on a pilgrimage in the mountains. In a painted cave which traced the origins of her clan, there has also been the remains of a huge animal, but there was nothing in comparison. Gundred has explained to her that it was the skeleton of a woolly elephant, a giant beast that the ancestors hunted and revered at the dawn of time. But it has vanished when the ice had retreated from the world, and the clan has chosen a new totem. Freya feels a presence behind her. A ghost. Looks like whale skeletons. She turns intrigued. Whales? Some kind of monster? Aaron laughs. Oh, they're not monsters. They're a type of sea animal. They're not aggressive. Freya has trouble picturing the animal. A kind of fish, perhaps? We see them in open sea sometimes, in fall and spring. Aaron looks serious, but I'm surprised to see so many stranded in the same place. They rarely come too close to the coast usually. You know, in my village, it's a sacred animal. It's forbidden to fish for them. Agreed. Freya, in any case, to fish that, you would need a really, really big hook, right? The two girls laugh. Aaron points at a big oblong bone lying a little further away on the sand. Pardon me. That thought that it comes from a real sea monster. That though, yeah. Oh yes, it's not a whale bone, that? No, I think it's a cuttlefish boat, but I've never seen one as big as that. The ones we catch are little, but this one must have been really massive. Ellen shows the size with her fingers. What's a cuttlefish? A bit like a squid or an octopus. These strange words don't convey much to Freya. Words. How can I explain? It's a sort of fish with 8 tentacles like arms, if you like, and it walks on its head. Do you see? And tries to imitate the animal with limited success. Freya cans that the sea is surely full of mysteries. But it's delicious to eat. If we pass the initiation, you'll have to come to see me in my village. I prepared you some. I mean, if you want. She is so keen. Freya agrees. Freya is about to accept the invitation when Duncan interrupts. How dare you? Hey, are you coming? On our way? Come on, let's go, otherwise we'll get told off by the boss. Duncan's not the boss. The boss, you mean Duncan? Oh, don't look like that. I was joking. The hunter and the fisher join the group, where a boat to take a path which winds allow the cliff. Freya notices that the slope is gentler on this side, and the cliff is much lower. Good. Nothing like the stairs she and Eric has discovered earlier that day. Jennifer has her bandaged a cut on Brandon's shin. The wound isn't bleeding anymore, and looks like it's starting to heal. It's going to be okay, Brandon. Can you get up? Brandon tries to stay cool, but it's clear he is suffering from Jamer's probing. Ouch! Yes, it should be okay. With a walking stick, it shouldn't lag behind too much. The cut is already closing. Yes, I think you can walk. I'll stay with you to help you. Duncan waves to the others to follow and sets off on the path. Eric, then the others follow him. Oh no. Duncan can't disappear around a bend in the path. There is a stifled cry. The rest of the group hasten their pace. Connor points up to the figure above the cliff. Freya looks up. There's a child at the entry to the heathland. His small body covered by a patterned tunic is motionless. The face and under an elaborately decorated wooden mask conceal the intentions of the strange being. But most disturbing are the antlers that seem to grow from the creature's skull. The young group doesn't know how to react. The air feels storm-charged, as if a bolt of divine lightning could strike them at any moment. Connor looks terrified. The others seem transfixed by this unexpected presence. After the long moment, the child slowly turns and vanishes towards the inland. Creepy. When they reach the top of the cliff, the desolated plain stretches before them, covered in high grass and heather. Further away in the mist, the summit can be seen. Suddenly the wind rises, lifting their cloaks and hair. The sun disappears beneath a shroud of volatile colors. The antler child is gone. Oh no. Chapter 2. And that's where we're going to end this today. I am excited to see what the story will bring. Tell me, would you choose my choices? Would you do something else? Please tell me about it in the comments below. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I am signing off. Bye!